Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Stimmy Hendrix, aka Stimmy Olsen, aka Superfly Stimmy Snooker, with my co-hosts.
This is Eli, aka Mr. Tomato Head.
And we're back with the episode. Matter of fact, we're waiting on that Stimmy so much.
Oh,
I even decided to.
speaking of man, I my hat on.
Yeah, you go. Put the hat on. There we go. Got to advertise. I don't know who we advertise, but we advertising. So Eli, we're waiting on the Stimmy so much, even though I haven't gotten it yet. You notice in the background, I've upgraded some stuff with our Stimmy check.
Is that a new
You
mirror?
actually got a moving background in a thing. Oh well, doesn't matter.
That.
Yeah.
I thought you meant behind you, like your wall. Like,
Oh no, not that mirror thing. I'm talking about like the actual background or whatever like that. Where
okay.
doesn't matter. I'll change it next time because obviously it's not impressive, but that's okay. My feelings are hurt, but we will move on past that. But good news for everybody that is going on right now before we get to the old bullshit that everybody's going on. Everybody's happy. Stimmies are coming. Stimmies are coming. Eli, you got yours yet? Spider-Man's happy.
Not yet. No, I know a bunch of people already got theirs already, but
I know a
not
bunch of
me.
people. I haven't gotten mine yet. I'm sitting here waiting, but the fact that I know that it's on the way, I'm happy. We've been talking about this for the longest. So yeah, let me be Spider-Man with the Henny bottle also. That's what's gonna be with my Stimmy. But I'm just let this play out. He's gonna do the spider walk in a second. Now, here's the thing about this. I had something I was gonna do with my Stimmy. I was gonna get a PS5. I should save this for the video game section. I'm gonna go ahead and do it now, Eli. I was gonna get the PS5. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this money now. Go ahead and spend it on it. I had it in my cart.
Damn, really?
As soon
You
as I
found one?
pressed it, yes, I found one. Had it in my cart. Boom, got away from me, just like that. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Someone took it from your cart?
No, that's the thing.
Oh.
One of those bots, I guess, whatever the hell is going on with that. So yeah, so
Oh, it was in your cart, like your
yeah, in my car,
online cart.
like online. No, not like somebody like punched me in the
I
face.
thought you were at Target or whatever, and you had one in your cart.
My PS5 punk. No, not like that. Nobody deboed me for my shit. You
So
know?
my PS5, homie.
No, like online, it was in my car. I pressed the button, and then it just went away. I was like, oh man, that's fucked up. But anyway, moving on past that, let's get on to the nerd shit. And Eli, I know you're sharing it out, but yeah, I think you got to take this over. I think this
Do
is
I?
your baby right here. I think so. We'll
Okay.
see.
I don't even
Here's-
remember. It's a slow week, so what are we
It
doing?
is a
What are we
slow
talking
week.
about?
Okay, what? No, what you're talking about?
What am I talking about?
Okay, you are talking about Marvelous Marvin Haggler.
Oh, well, I figured. Don't you know who he is?
I know who he is. I know the name. I know what his occupation used to be. But other than that, that's really about it. I mean, like I said, he did his thing like in the early '80s, didn't he?
Yeah, he was basically Mayweather's in the '80s.
I mean,
He
yeah.
was-
I mean, I knew who he was, but I mean, unless you were Michael Jackson, I really didn't know who you or Prince. I didn't know who you were.
yeah. So he was what, middleweight champion for like a long ass time.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was like super popular in the '80s. Even if you weren't a boxing fan, you knew who he was. He was on commercials. He was big back then. And yeah, he was just one of the greatest fighters. I mean, what did he lose like three? And I don't think he never got knocked out. He had like an awesome record, and he was just a very brutal, powerful striker.
Didn't he
And,
have like some kind of like almost death match with Tommy the Hitman Hearns or something? Or was that somebody else?
Yes, that was where they just brawled it out. Yeah, he turned it into it because Tommy was
Yeah, they were
huge.
like blocking with their face and shit, whatever. I
Yeah,
didn't
they
see
turned-
it, but yeah.
Yeah, they turned it into it was basically a hockey fight where they just stood in front of each other and just threw bombs.
Basically like Rocky Balboa, like the Rocky movies back
It
then.
was-
Nobody.
Yes, it was basically a Rocky fight where it's like, yeah, this shit never happens in real life, but that only in that fight.
Bam, bam.
Yeah,
bam,
like
bam.
he just stood in the pocket and just threw bolos and finally caught him and knocked Tommy Hearns out like on the ropes. Like, he was asleep on the ropes. And the
That's the thing, 'cause
fucking
I've never seen the fight, but I remember it being like super super hype around the time.
yeah. I mean, they just stood and just threw bombs at each other because they were both. That's the thing. They were both technical strikers. Used technique. Everyone thought Tommy Hearns was gonna because Tommy Hearns was a really tall and long and lanky guy. And those are the best fighters. The top, everything. Oh, a big guy with muscles. He's strong and tough. Yeah, but guys who are skinny last longer. They got the better cardio. That's why John Jones is so great, because he's long and tall and skinny, and he's got that reach. Can stay on the outside, just put you away. And that's what everyone thought Tommy Hearns was going to do, was like sort of stay on the outside and bob and weave and, you know, pick his shots. But no, they turned it into a brawl, a straight up street ball where they just swung at each other, stood in front of each other, and just threw punches at their faces until Haggler finally cold-cocked him, had him asleep on the ropes. And I think it was the fall on the face is what woke him up. Was when he fell on his face.
So they turned a professional boxing match into a World Star video, basically.
Basically.
Okay.
It's considered one of the greatest fights of all time. And yeah, Haggler was just, he was very popular. I remember he was on a Pizza Hut commercial. I don't think it was for the Hearns fight. I think it was for another fight. But I remember a Pizza Hut commercial which shows Marvin Haggler like eating a piece of pizza. And he goes, I wonder what's his name is eating. Probably soup.
Oh, wow. This was after the fight?
It was after the fight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, so rest in peace to Marvin Haggler, one of the greatest of all time.
Henny better make for one hell of a mixture. It really does. Oh, man. So, yeah, rest in peace to Marvin Haggler, one of the greatest of all time. Did they ever make like a movie based on his thing? Because I remember they made like, I think he fought a guy named Duran or something.
He did, yeah. He was in the Duran movie. I didn't see that though, but he had a fight. Yeah, I think that he won that with I think Duran was the only one who took him the distance, I think. Right,
okay.
Because most of Haggler's fights didn't go the distance, you know. Because he was just a mean motherfucker, you know.
So
yeah. So
well, let's move on past that. Let's brighten the mood up a little bit. I don't even know what's next on the list. What is next on the list? Oh yeah, let's talk about this bullshit. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you heard about this, Eli. Everybody heard about this. Avengers Endgame is no longer the highest grossing movie of all time. Avatar is again.
Okay.
Again, yeah. Because what happened was over the weekend, Avatar got re-released only in China. Because apparently after all this COVID bullshit is going on, COVID is apparently like non-existent over there anymore. They're just going back to daily lives while we're still over here struggling and shit. You know, can't go in the bars, can't do anything like that. Except for Mississippi. We're wide the fuck open because our government's like, fuck us, you know. But either way. But I digress. Back on topic. Like I said, China has opened back up and they decided to re-release Avatar in China. And when they did that, boom, Avatar, because it didn't need that much to overtake Endgame. So it took over Endgame and that was it. So boom, they're back on top. So didn't take much. I'm pretty sure this was all orchestrated by James Cameron. Just as a fuck you to Marvel. I know he did. But you know who? Two people who don't care. Well, besides you, Eli. Disney doesn't care. And also, Zoe Saldana doesn't care. Why does she not care? Because she was in both movies.
She was. That's right.
Yeah, she was in both movies. No matter what happens, her name is going to be there regardless. So, yeah, she basically latched on to, like the hype train. She was the it girl when all these franchises were getting started. Like you want to get it. She was like the female Samuel Jackson almost at the time. Like you got a big franchise, stick her in it, you know. Yeah. But paint her in the color, paint her blue, paint her green, whatever, you know, and make her a movie. So yeah, I just want to put that out there.
Well, China likes Avatar. There you go.
I don't think they do. I think they just saw it, just like, fuck this movie. What else we got? Speaking of China. Their number one grossing movie, I think, over there is a movie called something Detective. You heard about that? Pet Detective? Dance Detective? Shit. It's a detective movie. Whatever it is, it's the most popular movie over there, regardless of that. Eli, we saw a thing. I don't even know what to call it.
A fan film?
There you go. It was called a fan film. We saw a fan film. Basically what it was called Batman Dying is Easy. It is completely free. It is completely unassociated with DC. They made sure they put the disclaimer up before they decided to put it out. And it is made by the guys from Bat and the Sons. Even though I know I've been told before not to advertise other YouTube channels on this one, but Bat and the Sons is awesome, man. Bat and the Sons. If you haven't seen Bat and the Sons, definitely go check them out. Watch all the stuff they have. They got some awesome ass like Wonder Woman versus Wolverine and Thor versus Superman fight. Real high quality stuff. And then
Yeah, they're the go-to fan film favorites.
Right. I mean, it's hard to try to match their level because they're really that good.
They
like
got
I said,
a budget. Yeah, they get somehow a budget. They had like big name actors in this fucking movie.
In this one, Michael Madsen, Doug Jones, from
Doug Jones
from
was
Hellboy.
The Riddler.
Yeah. Just to show you a little clip for people that don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, like honestly, this is the best bat suit in live action history. I don't care who you put up against. This is like to me, Eli, this is the best Batman of all time.
This guy, pretty cool. This fight scene, this fight, he's just blood and shit. I like.
Oh, and what they did with the Mad Hatter in here was ridiculous, man. That's the characterization they did with him. Now, this is some stuff they've been doing before. Let me stop. Even though I know this is a free video, I want to get flagged, so let me stop. But yeah,
so I might just want to watch that again.
Right. Just cut this off and let's just all go over there and just do a little reaction video. But nah, we're not here for a reaction video. Just what they did with Mad Hatter in it, man, because they've had some characterization in Mad Hatter where they kind of made him like a serial rapist in there. But in this one, they made him like a child molester, and he called all the girls Alice's. So I'm like, oh, they really going creepy with that.
Yeah, that was pretty. This was dark.
But what Batman did to him, stomped his nuts out afterwards. I'm like, thank you, Batman. He won't kill, but he'll stomp your nuts out. So
yeah, I was laughing. I was like, hey, take that, Batman haters. Yeah. All he does is beat up poor people. Like, fuck off.
Right. I want him to stomp that guy in the nuts. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, man, but I won't get into it. Like I said, it goes a little bit deep into it. The Michael Madsen playing Harvey Bullock thing was cool. Even though I do think Michael Madsen, I'm not saying he was miscast. I feel like he was taking me out of it. I don't know what it was. Like, he looked like Harvey Bullock, playing Harvey Bullock, dressed like Harvey Bullock, but him acting, I guess he was taking me out of it. I don't know. But other than that, like I said, everything in this was top notch. The guy they playing the Joker, he was cool. Like I said, they had little snippets of everybody like Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Zaz was in there. Just little stuff just to throw you that was going on. So, yeah, honestly, like I said, if you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it.
My
also, go watch all the other stuff, too.
Yeah, my only issues was those big, giant granny panties that Poison Ivy was wearing.
Okay, now about the granny panties. that was from Arkham Asylum. I think they were trying to make it like Arkham Asylum, like the Arkham games, because she was wearing the same panties in the Arkham games.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, those are huge.
It's not your thing, okay? Granny panties are not your thing.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I was looking.
Hey, that's my shit though. Okay,
I wanted some green cheekage. Yeah.
So granny panties, bring them this way, not this way. Bring them this way. Oh man! All right, so I guess we will past that. There's really nothing else we got to say about.
It's cool. Yeah, it was cool.
A free YouTube video. All this stuff is cool. Check out Bad in the Sun. Free advertisement for us. Hey, they don't get paid for this shit anyway, so why not? I just hopefully DC don't take this down. Leave it up. Whatever. Yeah. What's next on the list? Making a WandaVision. Did you get a chance to see the making of WandaVision video?
No, I did not.
Okay, so there was not an episode 10. Like I said, this is the calm before the storm. Matter of fact, Eli, this whole section, I'm gonna let you get your shit off. The whole thing is this is just one block. Just let loose. But before we get there, like I said, it's calm before the storm. You got a lot of stuff coming next week. Like I said, next week we decided to go our separate ways until we meet back up. Like I said, Eli's gonna watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm not watching it. Not the first weekend. I'm going to watch Justice League, Zack Snyder Justice League. It's a 4-hour movie. And me personally, I also want to play the Hawkeye DLC for Avengers. That leaves me no time. Plus, with that and work, I got no time for anything else. So, sorry, Bucky. Sorry, Sam Wilson. I'll catch you later on. Eli, spoil the shit out of it when you get a chance to watch it next time. I don't care. Spoil it. I mean, what's going to happen? Some terrorists show up? Shit. With superpowers? Okay, yeah.
No, man. The Fantastic Four are going to show up.
Oh, yeah. Mephisto.
Galactus is going to show
up. Thank you, Jake Fisher. Another man of culture. He wants granny panties, too. The best super fights of all time comes out next week. Hey, look. This will be the movie that will make Kevin Feige rethink the MCU. when Zack Snyder Justice League come out. Like, what are we doing this
Damn, why am I shooting these in color this whole time?
Right. I need to rethink everything I just did. What the hell are we going on?
Yeah. There's not enough digital smoke in my movies.
More fucking smoke. Who? But here's
some
the
more
thing about
seizure causing strobe lights in Marvel.
That's what Zack Snyder gives. That's what we need to do. We need to imitate Zack Snyder now. We're gonna see more Zack Snyder shit in the MCU going forward. Here's the thing. My favorite thing about this making of WandaVision, the shit that I wish they would have left in the movie. This uncut scene they had with Agatha Harkness. And this is the outtake they didn't finish. Now, she got Spark in the hand, right? And when she walked out loose, she did. She throws Spark in the grass. I'm like, why the hell they didn't leave that in there, man? I wanted them to keep that in there. That would have been so awesome. But I know people are already pissed at her when she killed Spark to begin with. So throwing the dead dog in the grass, And here's the thing. Everybody thinking that Sparky wasn't real. What if he was? What if he was just a dog just walking around and I just did it bullshit to him? So I don't know. Something to think about. Yeah, something to think about. So
it's okay to kill kids as parents, though, but don't throw a dead dog.
Don't throw a dead dog. Oh, that's it. You're canceled, man. Oh man. But also, not only that, but the making of WandaVision came out, but a whole bunch of other WandaVision stuff that came out. Like all the show writers came out, did interviews, doing the press junket circuit. They left all kind of like deleted scenes that they talked about they were trying to shoot, but didn't get a chance to shoot. What's her name? Elizabeth Olsen. Wanda, I think she was confused about the whole, what's the fast guy's name? Her brother named Pietro. She was confused about the shit. She thought that they were merging. She thought that the X-Men would come to the MCU, so she didn't know anything different than the other ones. And even the stuff that you were saying also, Eli, about how Mephisto this and Mephisto that, Mephisto, where's Mephisto? And the show writer came out. I didn't know who Mephisto was when I was making the show, and then fanboys lost their shit. Now before you say anything, Eli, I gotta give a trigger warning. Fanboys, trigger warning, because I'm about to show you a picture of Kathleen Kennedy. I don't want you to lose your shit. I would have had one next time I show a picture.
She wasn't the showrunner on WandaVision.
She wasn't the showrunner on WandaVision. People are gonna blame her for WandaVision anyway. For Kathleen Kennedy, funny. But just a point that I know that you were trying to make a point that Kathleen Kennedy and the showrunner of WandaVision kind of had similar backlash. Basically, like the fans expected this, and they gave them that. Yeah. And you were saying, well, why does WandaVision skate by this where Kathleen Kennedy get this? Like, I don't think WandaVision skated by. I think the more and more people are thinking about it and about what happened, I think they're getting more outraged over what just happened. Oh, we didn't. Matter of fact, Save Quicksilver or Bring Back Quicksilver was trending on Twitter like a couple days ago. So people want a Quicksilver back. They don't care which one. They want a Quicksilver back. Funny thing about
X-Men.
They want X-Men. They want,
and then the showrunner was like, "Who's the X-Men? I don't even know who the fuck." X-Men.
She didn't go that far.
Who are these X-Men?
X who? People? Like, no, she didn't go that far. But basically, I get what she was trying to do. Like, here's the thing: fanboys are mad because she didn't know who Agatha Harkness was. I'm sorry, Mephisto was. But let's say she did know who Mephisto was. Would it have made a difference? Would it have changed anything? Because at the end of the day, she had the story she was trying to tell. She didn't want a big bad. She didn't want Ultron. She didn't want Magneto. She didn't want all this shit in here. She wanted the big bad of the show to be grief. That's all she wanted. So it wouldn't have changed anything. Matter of fact, it would have just confused stuff and just throwing all this bullshit in there, Mephisto here. Now, there is one thing that they did want to shoot. They wouldn't. Senor Scratchy. They did explain his thing. Senor Scratchy was supposed to be some kind of big demon that was supposed to like form in the basement and attack the kids when they try to go for the Dark Horse. Kind of like a Goonies thing. They were trying to do that in the show.
Oh, okay.
But they COVID screwed some shit up. They ran low on budget. They said they didn't have enough time to shoot it because they were going to do 10 episodes. They only had a chance to do 9 episodes. So they had to cut the stuff they wanted to do. And Ralph was going to, after Monica whooped his ass, he was going to join them. I don't know if he has superpowers or anything like that, but he was going to team up with them and help them steal the Darkhold.
Okay.
So that was
Yeah,
a
I
thing
mean,
that was
so
coming.
that's on Disney. I didn't even know
Oh
about
no no
that.
no no no! None of this is on Disney Plus.
Oh,
This is on like the interwebs. You go on YouTube and all these like
oh
Fat Man
shit.
on Batman. You know, a much bigger podcast than us. You know,
Oh no
I know you
shit.
keep telling me to quit plugging people, but but yeah, they're on all these other podcasts except us, and they basically told the
We
whole
got
story
this
of what they were
covered,
planning.
guys.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, so they planned all this stuff and they get a chance to do it. So that's what's going on with that. So also Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch out his own mouth said why he didn't show up for WandaVision at the end. He had shit to do. That's all. Yeah. So he was shooting another movie at the time. They didn't ask him. He said if they did ask him, he would have said no because he was doing shit. I'll see you when my movie comes up because I am a big movie star. I don't have time to have a cameo on a TV show. Even though it's a Marvel TV show, it's still a TV show. I am not contracted for that bullshit. So
Mhm.
there you go. Everybody expected Doctor Strange. There's your answer why. Also, here's the thing about Doctor Strange. Well, not Doctor Strange, but Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, Star Wars fans have always been fan casting him as what's that guy's name, Eli? I don't want to screw his name up, so I'm gonna let
Oh,
you
is
screw it
that
up.
Thrawn?
Thrawn. Okay,
They want
so
to be
the dude
Thrawn?
asked him, or he asked them, like, people have been fan cast you as Thrawn. Are you ever going to be Thrawn? He was like, Thrawn? Who's Thrawn? Well, first thing, Thrawn is this big bad alien with blue skin. He like, wait, blue skin like blue makeup? No, I'm out. Nah. I'm stop you right there. I'm not doing that shit. So if you're expecting Benedict Cumberbatch to be Admiral Thrawn, General Thrawn, what's his name? Lieutenant
Grand
Thrawn?
Admiral Thrawn.
That guy, yeah, he ain't doing it. He's not wearing blue makeup. You can't get him to put on blue makeup. He is not Paul Bettany. He does not need the money that bad. So, Eli, you never get a chance to get your shit off, man.
What shit? I'm waiting for you to be done. What are you? What are we
I'm
doing now?
done. I'm done. I'm
Oh,
out.
What am I talking about now? What am I going
Oh,
on?
because I kind of stepped on your toes, but you want to talk about like Kathleen Kennedy and the different
Oh no,
with
well,
Star Wars. And,
I was just gonna say that that Disney announced her fate at Lucasfilms, and that
that's
she's not
right.
going anywhere. They're not firing her. She's not stepping down. Filoni ain't taking over. She's there for a while. They said they look forward to working with her for years to come. So Kathleen Kennedy ain't going anywhere. So all these whiny crybaby fanboys bitching about, firing her and how she ruined Star Wars and ruined their childhood and all that bullshit, kiss her ass. Kiss her fucking ass. She ain't going anywhere. Yeah. And why the fuck should she? She understands the business. She knows how movies are made. She produced some of the best movies of all fucking time. She understands the business. What she doesn't understand is how fucking nerds are a bunch of whiny bitches. It's the only thing she didn't understand.
You know what? And that's what I'm going to say. What you just said is the same thing that I think what the showrunner of WandaVision didn't understand. Like, she didn't
Yeah.
get. Like, she knows how to make shows. She knows how to tell a story, stuff like that. But she didn't get fandom. Like how
Yeah.
anal we are over this
Yeah.
shit. She thought the Quicksilver shit was a funny joke. She just thought it was stunt casting. She didn't know that people were going to analyze it and go through the fine tooth comb.
Yeah.
And you got all these YouTubers, I'm not going to name them, but these all these asshole YouTubers, this Geek in Comics, gaslighting everybody, just putting out these bullshit ass theories. Just got people just thinking that, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And she wasn't expecting that. So when she looked on the internet after the show was done, she's like, oh shit, what do we do? So
Oh shit, these people don't have like normal day jobs.
right, they really just take this shit way too seriously.
Yeah.
And so that's a thing. So, but at the same time, you know what, Eli, I like that. She doesn't revolve around this world, so she doesn't get trapped into like the same tropes and cliches that maybe some other filmmakers or creatives make, because she's coming from a different perspective. And I like that. That's why people are saying, WandaVision is so weird and so out there like that, because she's coming from a different bubble. She's not coming from the comic book world. I'm pretty sure whoever they got running Falcon and Winter Soldier, the same comic book people they've been doing before, they're going to just crank out that shit. And boom, there you go. As you can see, like, I'm not really excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier. If it's good, it's good, cool, but whatever.
And I loved WandaVision. I had no problems with it, I didn't care that fucking people didn't show up. It would have been cool. Sure, I would have. Ooh, X-Men and all whoever thought was going to show up. I would. Oh, that's cool. But I was still invested in the characters and the emotion behind the story, and that's and they gave me that. So.
But I think what happened was that people were watching just because they was expecting WandaVision to be a commercial for other shit,
and that's stupid.
Right. Yeah. They got mad because a show called WandaVision was just about Wanda and Vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you expect. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on past that. What else we got? I think this is something. Oh, yeah. This your baby right here. Yeah. This all.
Oh, shit. I forgot about this. This is just something to fucking play or just to talk shit about. So are you a Young Guns fan?
I'm familiar with it. I have.
Other than the Nate Dogg and Warren G song.
Oh yeah, Regulators. Yeah, I love that.
So, Emilio Estevez, I guess, has confirmed that a Young Guns 3 is in the works. I don't know. I don't know why, because they're not young anymore.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Well, Bad Boys was the same way. Like, why y'all bad boys? Y'all.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Me, I love the Young Guns movies. They were the Young Guns is what got me into westerns. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm native. I never gave a fuck about westerns. I couldn't stand all that cowboys and Indian shit. I was like, fuck John Wayne, fuck John Ford, fuck Bonanza, fuck the Lone Ranger, fuck Little House on the Prairie, fuck all that shit. Wasn't for me.
Whoa. Leave Little House on the Prairie out of this now.
Fuck that shit. Those colonizers. Fuck them. Every time I saw that show, I just wished an arrow would come flying into Laura's head. Yeah. Man. So, anyways, yeah, I wasn't into westerns, and then I saw Young Guns, and I was like, holy shit, this ain't cowboys and Indians. This is gangster shit.
Right.
This is
and
about.
I think it was westerns made for a younger audience at the time.
Yeah, and it was. It had the Brat Pack. It had Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen and all those the Brat Pack, they called them, the teeny bopper stars of the 80s. They were in this movie, and it was meant for a younger audience. It's the watered down version of Billy the Kid. But when I watched it, I'm like, this is grimy gangster shit. It's about the Lincoln County War, which is it's basically a mob war in the Southwest. And that's what I responded to. You know what I mean? It was basically cattle barons and land merchants that were warring against each other, using corrupt sheriffs and crooked politicians and shit. It was just grimy gangster shit. And that's what I liked about it. And so I learned the history, and that's when I started gravitating towards, Clint Eastwood and the spaghetti westerns. I didn't like any of the fifth, like John Wayne shit. I like the Clint Eastwood and the Italian westerns because they were more about hell on earth. Where
right.
The old west.
Plus, was they were just shot better. Also, like
they were just the fifth, like John Wayne and John Ford. That was right after World War II. It was all about white supremacy. America just won World War II. They were feeling good about themselves. So let's have all these movies where America whips ass and kicks all the darkies off their land because America rules and we're number one. That's what those westerns about. It's basically white supremacy, But then you got the Italians making their westerns. It's like, no, America is just fucked up, corrupt, violent, apocalyptic wasteland. And that's what I like. That's what I like.
Why we not reviewing that for Geek Criterion? You like Good, the Bad, the Ugly or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I like. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's where I, fucking Outlaw Josie Wales and High Plains Drifter and all that shit. Those are the westerns.
That's what the Mandalorian is.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, just grimy gangster shit in the Old West. That's what I like. That's what I got into. And that's what the Young Guns movie were. Yeah, it was like the Hollywood Cliff Notes version of what happened. But again, being a native, Chavez. Yes, he was played by Lou Diamond Phillips, who ain't really native. He's
okay. What is Lou Diamond Phillips?
He's Filipino. He's basically Asian and white, But he's, I guess he kind of gets a pass from us. But Chavez gets a pass, because he kicks some ass. He was a native who kicked ass. And yes, he had knives he did have a gun a couple times. He did shoot a gun a couple times, but still, he was a native.
Honestly, I thought I thought like he thought guns made it too easy. So, he got to give him a challenge.
He did use a gun. There's some scenes where he shot guns. But yes, he was the Indian guy who threw knives and shit, which was my pet peeve, But still, he whooped ass, And as natives, we don't get a lot of kick-ass Indians on screen. And that's what Young Guns had, And yeah, you could be all woke, and some of the natives in the movie were probably not played by natives, and you can see the wigs on them and shit, and they had dirt on their faces. I don't know why they didn't wash their faces, and there's no teepees in New Mexico. So yeah, there's all that shit, but it still gets a pass.
Right. It was the 80s,
Yeah, it was just it's cool to see, somebody who looks like you whooping some ass on screen for a while, playing a hero. And he did. He saved everybody in the end and all that shit. They did kill him off in the second movie, which kind of irked me.
No, well, everybody died in the second movie, though.
Yeah, everybody dies. So that's like, what the hell?
Including Billy the Kid, which I'm like, how are they making this?
Why are they making a third one when everybody died?
Right.
There is that rumor. There is the legend that Billy the Kid did fake his own death.
Yeah, that came from Unsolved Mystery. I saw that Robert Stack episode.
Yeah, that might be the angle, and they do address it in the second movie.
Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah,
they do address it, and they said maybe they're going to go through that angle, but they killed all the other characters that I cared about. Like Estevez died, and like the real Estevez. I mean, and that's the thing. These were based on real people, you know? And the real life Estevez, he died he lived to 1930. And he died as an old man. He got out of prison and died an old man peacefully, So,
right. So,
but he was like an outlaw his whole life. He was robbing and hustling his whole life and shit, and then got busted and went to prison for 10 years and shit, and then got out and chilled out as an old man. So yeah, I mean, I was a fan of these movies. I don't know what they're gonna do for the third one. I don't know.
But here's the thing, Eli. I think it's a good idea to make this movie.
Okay.
Because regardless of whether the movie sucks, which we know it will, the point is it's going to bring awareness to, there was some awesome ass Young Guns. Who talks about Young Guns anymore? Nobody. But
you got that song, Regulate. That's what
nobody relates it to Young Guns. We just think about, Nate Dogg and Warren G,
Yeah.
Even though they took samples from the song, we don't know where the sample came from. We just know it came from a movie,
Yeah.
So at least bringing Young Guns 3 back, people are going to revisit, let me go watch these old movies, and even though, these movies are way better than this movie,
Or just retcon it or something. I mean, there's so many movies about Billy the Kid and the Lincoln County War and Chisholm and all that shit. The Murphy Men and, all that shit. There's been so many movies. So they could, didn't Vincent D'Onofrio just make one? I haven't seen it yet, but he just made one.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to, they're going to make this movie. It's going to be on Netflix or Amazon or HBO Max or some bullshit. It's not coming to the theaters. And that's what they're trying to do. They want to just get cheap shit with name recognition value and just put it out there. Because this coming to America, it has started. It's changed things. That's the trend we're going to now.
But I think I'm wondering. Emilio Estevez played Billy the Kid, and Emilio Estevez ain't 21 anymore.
Right. He doesn't look anywhere like 21.
And Billy the Kid died when he was 21.
Right.
So,
supposedly.
So yeah, we could have old man Billy the Kid or old
according
Billy
to
Billy the
Stack,
old man. Yeah.
Right. According to Robert Stack, he didn't die, in Unsolved Mystery episode. So
yeah. So if they explore that angle, then they can bring them all back. Who knows? I don't know. Just do some fucking
CGI. CGI.
Yeah, make them young again and shit.
Right. That's how you be Young Guns, Oh man, let's see what do we got next. Oh, are we here already? We are here already. Oh, let me move that up so I won't throw off the show. Okay, Vidja game section. This is some big news that I actually should have talked about months ago, but I'm talking about it right now. Apparently, Bethesda has been purchased by Microsoft, and it is a complete transaction, so it is done. It took a while for them to get going, but it's there now. And what they've done, they put a whole bunch of their games on Xbox Game Pass. Here's the thing, Eli. I don't even have an Xbox, and I have Xbox Game Pass. That's how awesome that shit is. You know, it's like you gotta have it. Oh, what did I just do? I fucked up. Okay.
Yeah, what game is that?
Oh, that is a pony. Get rid of that.
A pony.
I'm jumping the gun. Don't search my browser history. You know, anyway. But what I was talking about is, anyway, with Xbox Game Pass, now I'm trying to show you that the games that they all have, but I can't fucking pull this shit up. But they got a whole bunch of games on Xbox Game Pass right now that they're releasing, and they won't be on PlayStation. They're just going to be on Xbox Game Pass, and I'm actually, you know, like pretty excited for that. Actually, what is this right here? I think this is it. I wish that here we go. Okay, so what are the games we got? We got Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Doom, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 60. Is it Doom 64? Okay. Doom Eternal, Elder Scrolls 3, Elder Scrolls 4, Skyrim, Oblivion, Online, Fallout, Fallout Boy, Fallout this, Fallout that, Prey, Rage 2, Wolfenstein. You get the point. All those games are now exclusive on Xbox. So PlayStation getting more, which I think is a good thing anyway, because if you ever played a Bethesda game on PlayStation, they sucked anyway. They always was glitchy and didn't work right how they want to. So there you go. This just makes Game Pass even more awesome. Like I said, I don't even have an Xbox. I just got a PC, and I play Xbox games just so I can crank out Halo and Gears of War, and I can play Skyrim. So, yay. I don't know what to say.
Cool,
so,
man.
Yeah.
Those are all games that like take forever. So yeah,
they are. Which why I usually play. Now here's the thing: I usually play them, and 30 minutes in, I fall asleep. You know, so it's good games to, you know, if you're having trouble sleeping. So that's just me. Or maybe they'll run better on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on to the next part of the podcast. Okay, so like I said, this is Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about the comic books. And Eli, who's going to start off with? Okay, so we both read a book, and it's like the #1 selling book this week. Who you want to go? You want to do it? I want. Well,
which one did we read?
Joker.
Oh yeah, I read that. You read it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read it too. Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead. You do it, and I'll assist.
Well, appreciate it. Okay. Oh shit! Get this fucking pony off my browser history, and there we go.
That was in your browser. I thought that was like the new Wonder Woman or something.
I will explain the pony in a second, just not right now. Oh shit! So okay, hold on. Let me go to it. Okay, so let me just go ahead and start off now. Just to set up what's going on right now. This is an ongoing series with the Joker. This is not like a one shot. Joker has a new continuous ongoing series. This is his book, and this is the first time. Now, the first time he's done it, this is, I think, the last time Joker had an ongoing series like back in the 70s. But this is the first time they've done it after he's been, you know, chopped his face off and shot people and beat people with crowbars, stuff like that. Now they're making him a comic book character that has his own comic book in. So I guess
they're gonna hero him up.
They're gonna hero him up, even though he's done all this fucked up shit. And the last thing he did, Harley Quinn shot his eye out. So I'm trying to see if I can post that up. So he's actually on the cover of his new book, missing an eye. You know, not the worst thing Joker has been through, but you know, they got to change the status quo every now and then. So let's see what we got here. So yeah, so if you can see it right here, Joker has his eye shot out, and if you see Bane behind him, I'll explain that in a second. Now, for those that don't know what's going on, this is actually all playing into what was that shit? DC Future State we were just talking about? We were talking about DC Future State. Yeah. So this is actually like leading up to what happened in DC Future State. The DC Future State with like Black Batman, all stuff like that, is actually like 5 years in the future from now. And it's basically leading up to what happens to that. So what we're going to is that we get Commissioner Gordon. And this ain't even a Joker story. This is a Commissioner Gordon story. Well, Jim Gordon story, because he's no longer
pretty much,
commissioner.
yeah.
Yeah. So basically how it starts off, we actually show a prologue of him that he's in Chicago, and it's actually right out of Batman Year One, where he was transferred from Chicago to Gotham City, and the reason because he ratted on some of his cops in Gotham City, and they want his in Chicago, and they want his ass out, and they figured that Gotham City should be the worst place to send him. So they did. So they, on his last night in town, nobody came to see him except this one guy named Danny Ryan. Danny Ryan is this old Chicago cop that was there. He's the only guy that came to see Gordon. And he basically tried to tell him, like, yeah, Gordon, you're young. You don't know what's going on right now. You thinking that what you did was right. But there's a difference between the law and what's actually evil. See, you're young. You haven't seen the devil yet. I've seen the devil. I walked up on this dude and I saw him eating the face off a 17-year-old girl and then asked me, do you want a piece? And then he ran off.
He was a serial killer. Yeah.
He was a serial killer. Yeah. So the guy ran off, never caught him. And he said that has haunted his life, ever since then. Every time he goes to sleep, he sees that guy's face in there. And he's telling Gordon, eventually one day you'll meet the devil also. Now I know you play everything by the law, you play everything by the book, and you do everything right. But if you ever see the devil, and I know you will, you aim for the head.
Evil.
Fuck all that law shit. The
real evil.
Like real evil, you aim for the head. Not go by the book, follow law. No, you aim for the head. He thinks he's just still, just talking shit to him. He didn't really understood what he's saying because he's young. But like I said, fast forward to present day, Gordon knows the devil. He knows the Joker. The Joker has pretty much just wrecked his life. Killed his wife, crippled his daughter, assisting his son getting killed. And while all this shit is going on, now we got some backstory about what's going on before we get out of that. Eli, we finally know what A-Day is.
Yeah, we do.
So, we didn't know what A-Day was in Future State because they kept saying
exactly what happened. Yeah, we knew something happened. We just didn't know exactly what and how.
Right. In Future State, they kept referring to it like A-Day is the day that pretty much everything went to shit. So now we know what A-Day is. A-Day is the day that Arkham Asylum burned to the ground. And not only Arkham Asylum burned to the ground, Bane was in there, got Jokerized, and now he's a martyr. I'm trying to see if I can get to him. Skip all this bullshit. If I can get to him. Yeah, because
the murals and shit. Yeah.
They got a mural to it. And Little Santa Prisca, basically all the immigrants that have migrated from South America to Gotham, they look at, Bane like a hero. Like they don't fuck Batman. They want Bane. So they got all these, vigils to him and murals, like the hero Gotham, because he was killed before Arkham got burned down. So they miss Bane. And Gordon no longer, last time we seen Gordon, he had brown hair. Basically, he was saying that he dyed his hair. Now he just let it grow.
He dyes his hair.
Yeah. Now he don't care anymore. He don't like what the city's doing. And everybody thinks, and it may even happen, everybody thinks that the Joker was the one that burned down Arkham Asylum.
Well, because there was like a lower form of the Joker toxin that was released throughout the asylum and killed a bunch of people, but they didn't. All they did was smile, but they didn't laugh to death or whatever. So it was like
That's why nobody heard him, because they didn't. They didn't say anything. They didn't make a noise.
And then one cop actually tried to stop it by setting the place on fire and shit.
Right.
And that's what started the fire. That's why everybody burned up. Yeah.
Right. So and that officer got fucked up also, like a hand, arm, all that shit gone too. So now what's this guy's name? Mayor Nakano. Yeah. What is he? Is he the mayor?
He's the mayor now. Yeah. He was ex-commissioner, I believe, and then he ran for mayor.
Okay, so he's the mayor now. He calls in Gordon. He said, "I'm running a task force. I want to try to catch the Joker once and for all, and I want you to lead up the task force." And he's telling him all the stuff that, he got all the evidence on Joker. Gordon just pretend like, oh, wow. I mean, he's pretending like he's shocked, not letting them know that Batman told him all this shit like 2 days ago.
It was also like, he said, why don't you get Batman instead?
Right. And then he knew that he wasn't going to let him back in the room again. Basically, you can see Nakano was like, man, fuck you, Gordon.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, okay. Because Nakano's anti-vigilante. Yeah.
Right. And that's why Gordon's still saying, like, go after Batman, but he knows he's not going to. So, anyway, Gordon, still getting, all these nightmare stuff from the Joker. And it's getting worse because, like I said, they got all these murals about Bane. Punchline is going viral. Everybody got all this Punchline merchandise because she's in jail and she's like swayed social media to side with her, and they thinking like she probably is going to get off because of the shit she's doing with manipulating social media. People just in the streets just attacking people, don't care, and that's the thing. Like, Gordon knows he's time to retire, but he doesn't have any money to retire. He's just going to just live this shithole in Gotham and can't go anywhere. He's just going to just be there. And everywhere he go, he still sees the Joker. Now, while all this going on, now the plot thickens. Now we get to some chick, what's her name, Crescenda or something?
Oh, yeah, the rich lady.
The rich lady. She just shows up. She's like, get in the car. I want to talk to you about the Joker. So they go to the Joker, and they go to some guy's house. Look like Wayne Manor. I'm pretty sure it's not, but whatever. Because he recognized Wayne Manor. So they go to the house. Her name's Crescenda. She sits down and have a conversation with Joker. I mean, with Gordon, and basically tells him, I got all this information about Joker. I know what Joker's going to be at. Joker is in, where did he say? Where did they say Joker was going to be?
Oh, Belize.
He was going to be in Belize. And I have all this. And he was like, well, how you want me to? And basically, she hiring Gordon to take Joker out. And Gordon is like, well, how am I supposed to get down? I don't have any money to get down. I barely got enough money to pay my rent next week. He was like, look, I'm going to give you a credit card with unlimited funds until you get the Joker. And after the job is done, I'm going to put $25 million in your bank account, disappear, do what the hell you want to do. He's like, so you paying me $25 million to go get the Joker and just bring him back to Gotham? No. I'm paying you $25 million to kill the Joker. You're like, whoa, I can't do that. I used to be a police commissioner. I can't just go in. I'm not a hitman. I can't go there and assassinate anybody. She's like, yeah, you're the perfect person to do this because Joker has taken more from you than damn near pretty much anybody in Gotham. You're his worst enemy. You have the best chance of getting him because you know him. So, I mean, you can either take my offer or you can just let the city just eat itself and you die in the city with everybody else without a penny to your name. The choice is yours, Gordon, whatever you want to do. And she gives Gordon a week to decide. While that's going on, we cut to Belize, and we see basically a bunch of dead bodies. And at the very top, Joker is basically reading about what happened at Arkham Asylum has been destroyed, even with some dead chick right there. And he has a glass eye, because like I said, Harley Quinn shot his eye out last time. And he's just laughing. That's it. And some other shit happens. I don't really care about the punchline shit.
The punchline story, yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't care about that. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. So yeah, that's what's going on with the story. Eli, I think it's a good start, although I don't think Gordon should be the main bad guy of the story, because what can Gordon do with Joker? Even if he did find Joker and caught Joker, what can he do?
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that it's not really a Joker book. It's Gordon's story. He's the main focus, and what Joker's done to Gordon, and Gordon, coming to terms with his issues with the Joker. And I like that. I thought it was a cool. This felt like a detective story, like a neo-noir crime detective, hard-boiled detective story. Especially the beginning,
like an unsolved case.
Yeah, especially the beginning and the bar. I could just hear the jazz, the do 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 do.
Saxophone.
The horn. That's what it felt like. Just a hard-boiled crime noir.
Yeah, cold night in the city.
Yeah, his narration, his voiceover. I liked all that, and I think Tinian did a good job writing that. I just don't know how I feel about Gordon as a hitman chasing after the Joker.
Right. I don't know how it's gonna play out. But here's the thing: what interests me about this is that we're learning about the future state that we read, because the future state just threw us in there. We didn't know what was going on. But now we're starting to get some backstory about what's going on. And I feel like they're trying to lead us into future state, because future state was 5 years ago. I think DC is putting a 5-year plan to get us from there to there.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Joker will actually kill Gordon. That'll be something.
Yeah. Who knows?
Because we don't see Gordon in future state, so that'll sell some books. So yeah, why not? So yeah. All right. Shoot, you got next.
Well, my next book was The Second Son, or no, the second or was it The Next Batman, Second Son? Is that what it's called? Yeah,
that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3. This one just has what happened in this one.
Well, I know what that score is going to be.
That's the thing about these are so short. And I read, and it's hard to remember until I, read the next one. I'm like, oh yeah, that
like
happened.
$1, yeah.
Yeah, and they're only $1, so they're breezy, short reads. It's right after A-Day happens. They refer to Arkham getting, bombed and shit. Batwing finds one of Joker's henchmen and is like, you're his tech guy. What the hell? What is he planning? And the guy's like, I don't know, but whatever he's planning, you're not going to stop it. And then we get just a bunch of the family drama. between, Jace and Luke and Lucius, and then the mom, and they're all arguing. We still don't know what Jace did to piss off his family, but they're still
he ran over somebody or something. But
we still don't know. But that kind of they're all addressing that in this argument. Like, you fucked up and you put this family through all this shit and blah 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 blah. And he's like, you have no idea what I've been doing and blah blah blah. So, and then the sister, she has some sort of, I don't know if she's diabetic or what, but she collapses and like call the ambulance, and that's to be continued. So
that was it. Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, that's the thing. They're so short, and like I said, they're only like 3 or 4 panels per page, so they're very
they're spreading it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where 3 out of 5. It's a buck, so you know what I mean. I'm still interested to see. Yeah, I'm still interested in seeing how it plays out, but they're very. It's like a comic strip, like the newspaper. Like the old Spider-Man.
Like Dick Tracy, yeah.
Yeah, the old Spider-Man strips. That's what it's kind of like, So yeah, there's that. And what else? That's the only other Batman shit. Yeah.
I think that's it. Okay. We're going to continue with DC, but I want to switch it up some, do some Marvel. We're going to do nonstop Spider-Man. Did you get a chance to read this?
No, I didn't. Is this the one where he gets his new suit?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's later on. I don't know.
I heard he got a new suit. That's all I heard.
Not in this one. There may be some shit coming down like in the summertime, something like that. But yeah, just want to talk about what's going on right now with okay, so basically this book is supposed to be like Spider-Man, like the premise of, what was that Jason Statham movie? Speed, Crash? Crank? Crank. It's supposed to be like Crank. So it's supposed to be like Crank, where it's just like nonstop move the whole time on it. And I don't know how well this book pulls it off, but basically the book starts off, the very first panel is Peter just crashing out of a building, and while he's falling, even though it's an entire panel, he's narrating to himself like each floor he's going down, how he web, like I'm gonna show you, like he's falling, he's on the 15th floor, webs himself up, he puts his mask on, he shoots out the lights, he webs up debris so they don't hit people, and when they do hit people, they like smack people in the face and stuff like that. But yeah, like this panel right here.
So it's the slowest fall in history.
Right, slowest fall here. But he's falling, but he's recognizing everything, and basically he's landing on the bad guys. The bad guy, he landed on their car, boom. But these bad guys are like cyber ninjas or some shit, and they come out and they got like weapons and baseball bat, and they fight and they fight and they fight, and that's pretty much the book. Yeah.
So it's like hardcore Henry, hardcore Spidey.
It's pretty much that. I don't know how well it works, Eli. I don't know how well it works. Anyway, fuck this book. What I did like, it was some cool.
There's a way, yeah. If he wasn't talking through every fucking panel, like if it's supposed to be fast-paced action, don't read. It shouldn't take you 10 minutes to read a page.
No, but here's the thing. I don't like the layout. I don't like the layout of the panels. I hate to get, all comic tech nerd and shit like that, but I think everything's too close together. They're so close together because they're trying to make it so frenetic and frantic. You don't know what the hell is going on. You're like, did he throw him? Did he hug him? What the hell is happening? So that's the thing I don't like. And I thought maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too old for this shit. But then the comic book I read after this, which had very concise action, I could follow every single plot, it made sense. Even though that shit was sort of kind of cool, like that. And then they actually break up the action. They have flashbacks of some bullshit about what's going on. I don't care what's going on. You promised me nonstop Spider-Man. I want nonstop Spider-Man. I don't want him at a funeral crying and shit like that, talking, setting up the story. Fuck all that, man. Give me.
You just stopped Spider-Man.
Right. Now I did like this shit where they show the spider senses, and it doesn't say spider sense. It like tells them, get up, dude behind you. Move, like that's the spider sense there. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a new thing. Look out, and then they do it again. They don't do it once, they do it again. I don't give a fuck about this shit. I don't even care why he's fighting cyber ninjas. Just fight him. We'll figure this shit out later on. You promised me nonstop. You'd stop twice. Fuck this book, man. But here's the thing. This backup story was actually pretty cool. It's a backup story about this dude named, what's his name? I can't read that. Anyway, this dude is in Paris and he's taking over. He's the new head of Hydra. And while he does that, Baron Zemo comes in, and Baron Zemo's like, "No, you're not the new head of Hydra. I'm the new head of Hydra. I've come in." Nazi, please. I didn't catch that the first time. I don't even know where that's going from. So he talks to this guy. He was like, "No, I don't give a fuck what he's talking about." So the guy pulls a gun on him, and Baron Zemo just throws a knife at him, cuts his trigger finger off. Just like
cool.
that. Yeah. And then everybody gets up. Baron Zemo throws more knives, stabs people with swords, shoot people. Like people just standing there.
Does some ninja shit.
Yeah, just ninja shit with his sock puppet hat on. And then the guy, he's like, anyway, he tries to talk his way out of it. Just chops his head off. Like, damn, okay. So then there's 3 guys left. And they pledge allegiance to, Baron Zemo, Hell Hydra. He was like, the fuck? Do you guys even know what Hydra stands for? He like, and then one guy names World Domination, the other guy named White Supremacy, and the other guy named Are we supposed to resurrect some inhuman that's supposed to kill the Kree? And he's just like, oh, you dumbasses. No, none of those are for Hydra. Hydra stands for one thing. You're like, well, what's that? Yeah, and shoots all of them. It was like, Hydra stands for only the strong survive and the weak dies. And y'all too damn weak to join Hydra, So let me hit the New York at the end. So fuck nonstop Spider-Man, but Baron Zemo showing up just being all Nazi ninja shit like that. That was pretty cool, So
nonstop
overall,
Baron Zemo,
yeah, nonstop Baron Zemo. Like fuck Spider-Man, give me more Baron Zemo. Like that should have been the whole fucking book. I would have bought that. I'm buying more villain books than anything else. I'm starting to know that, Eli. My taste is changing. Nazi, please. Willie, I didn't catch that the first time until I just read it right then.
Willie's in the house. What up, Willie?
What up, big Willie? Oh, man, that's all I got. Oh, what you got next?
I'll do Immortal Hulk, number 44. Let me share this screen. I want to get this up here.
Cool.
Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Is that up? And... Wait, this one, right? Can you see that?
I see it. Here
All right, cool. So this is just to showcase the awesome art in this fucking book and the grotesqueness that that this book has, really taking Hulk back to its horror roots, horror monster movie roots. So basically, we got the UFOs have shown up and are beating the shit out of Joe Fix-It Hulk. So little recap. Hulk is dead. Well, a bunch of the Hulks are dead, and they're in hell. And the leader has taken over hell and have been absorbing all of the other personalities. Joe Fix-It and what's his name? The regular Hulk, the Kitty Hulk, or whatever they call him.
Savage Hulk.
Savage Hulk, yeah, who's like the kid. They were in New York, kind of hiding out. But then the UFO showed up last issue, and this is pretty sad. I thought it was a little. This was kind of sad. They all just beat the shit out of Joe Fix-It, who
why?
Because he's a Hulk. They're Hulk hunters.
Oh, the UFOs beat the shit out of Joe. Okay,
yeah, they all take turns beating the shit out of him. And the Hulk is trying. Savage Hulk is trying to fight, but he's in Joe Fix-It's body, so he's not as powerful. So that's where that's the thing, is you realize that the Hulk is a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they're beating a kid. That's where I'm when that idea got me, I was like, damn, this is kind of fucked up. And it kind of reminded me all the times that the Hulk, all the years, the Hulk is just a big giant kid. You know what I'm saying? So every time
intelligence acts out,
yeah. So every time Wolverine or whoever beat the shit out of him, they were beating the shit out of a big kid, basically.
But at the same time, a big kid also beating the shit out of him, also. So
yeah, but this really made it like okay, now the kid is actually he can't defend himself, and they all beat the shit out of him. Meanwhile, back in New Mexico. Shaman and Puck and the rest of the Alpha Flight, or what are they called, Gamma Flight, they were trying to find the Shadow Base or whatever, the old Gamma Base, and Sasquatch is there, but then some weird leader monster comes out, and they're all kind of like, what the hell, and they're saying that there's Rick Jones is in them. There's part of Doc Samson's in them, and they're like, what the hell? This thing's weird. And then we cut back to New York, and there's the UFOs are still just like taking turns, beating the shit out of the Hulk, and then the Hulk dies. Joe Fixit dies
Oh wow.
and goes to
Okay.
green hell. Let me stop sharing that screen. Where you at? And so Joe Fixit goes to hell because that's what happens when the Hulk goes there. They go to green hell, and Joe Fixit sees the leader and how powerful the leader is. I couldn't find this on the but here's the
Let me blow
leader.
you up. Let me blow you up. Okay.
Yeah,
Ugh, what the hell? He like Mars
yeah,
attacks. Yeah.
yeah. So the leader is basically taking over hell, and that's and then to rule in hell. That's
Ah.
where we got. That's where it ends. So another dope ass issue. The art's cool, like really grotesque art for a Hulk book. So 4 out of 5. This is still dope.
Cool. I do want to answer this question by Chief Queef 88. Okay. Will Immortal Hulk ever become a movie? As of this time, no. Here's the thing, because Marvel actually does not own the distribution rights to Hulk. They never did. So that's why you haven't gotten a Hulk movie since 2008. Besides that, it sucked. So,
Yeah, and this is the thing about this run, and it's a great run. This might be one of the best runs of all time. I don't care. But there's a lot going on. Yeah.
they could find a way. I mean, what they
Yeah.
do is they'll cherry pick the shit they like, and you do it from there.
Yeah.
Let's see, Immortal Hulk rules. It's
Yeah.
the book that I'm pretty sure this book is winning awards left and right, or whatever awards show there is. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was like, I remember reading something a while back and somebody saying something on the lines of they can't wait till like 10 or 20 years from now where scholars are going to be like picking apart Immortal Hulk and for all
I
how
can see it. I can see it, right.
because it's so layered with all these ideas and themes and psychology and so yeah. Great issue. They knock it out of the park again.
Cool. Okay, so next book I'm going to do. I should do this one, but I'm gonna do that one. I just did Marvel right. Let me do the Marvel again. Okay, we're gonna go with Taskmaster number 4. I've been on Taskmaster.
You have been.
I've been riding this wave, so I'm gonna just stick with it. I gotta do this one. Gotta do this one for the culture, because this one on the cover is Taskmaster versus Okoye. So he infiltrates Wakanda. Let's get to it.
Oh,
Let's
shit.
see exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point of the book. So, and like I said, it's a quick in and out book, but I just wanted to get to it. Let's boom, blow that bad boy up. Okay, so what's going on in this book? Taskmaster, like I said, is going to Wakanda. He's trying to talk himself out of it. He like Nick Fury. Talk me out of this. Tell me not to go to Wakanda because this is a stupid ass plan. And Nick is like, man, this is your plan. Go do it. Like, okay, fuck it. So he decides to, do a halo jump outside of a plane, land in Wakanda. He said his whole plan is his plan. He decided to come up. So he goes to Wakanda, takes out some of the dogs of war, the Hatat Zarati, or whatever you call them. Takes a few of those guys. Basically, he's trying to get caught on purpose. So he gets caught, and he's just talking shit. And then Okoye shows up, and she's just like, lay down, dog. Why are you here in Wakanda? He was like, because I'm trying to tell you that your dogs of war, they suck. They ain't shit. I came here to train them. You pay me, I train your dogs of war, and maybe one of these guys may be the Black Panther one day. It's just like, oh, you talking cash money shit. No, take it. But what he's trying to do, he's trying to look at Okoye and look at her body movement so he can mimic her body movements to go back and solve that puzzle that him and Nick Fury are trying to do. But since he can't see her because they keep knocking him down, she just locks him up, So yeah, that's what happened. Taskmaster gets locked up. And he keeps talking shit about the dogs of war, saying they suck and none of them can beat them. So they don't have his mask. He's just doing push-ups. He's been there for about maybe a week, 2 weeks, something like that. They give him back his helmet, and the head dog of war is like, get your ass up, let's go. So he knows what they're doing. They're about to go, fight it out. And basically like, oh, you insult us, you saying we suck? Okay, let's go at it. Now he know they all wearing vibranium suits. So he can't do a direct attack on them because if you punch him, it's not gonna do anything. But there's other ways to hurt these people. Bam, he breaks his arm. So he takes out one of the dog of war. The other dogs of war rush at him. He takes those guys out, break one of their ankles. you know. So when Okoye sees he's taking out the and basically he's like, you want me to kill this guy? I don't know how Wakanda does it when you got suck ass, employees that can't get the job done because my other employees tell me to kill him. But you want me to kill him? And she's like, okay, y'all get the fuck out the way. I'll handle this guy. So, and that's the whole thing that Taskmaster wanted anyway. He wanted Okoye to come down there so he could fight him. So he can, study her fighting style. So she gets down there, and when I treated Hyena like one with a man. Oh yeah, because she's bringing a spear to him. She was like, yeah, I don't have no respect for you, Taskmaster. So they fight, and Taskmaster he kicks in the stomach, but it's like a stomach kick that's supposed to like shatter somebody's sternum. But she just gets back up. She's like, oh, okay, she's something. And Taskmaster's like falling in love with us and shit like that because he's just loving her movements or something. He was like, I never seen somebody so graceful as you. And see, this is what I'm talking about with nonstop Spider-Man fucked up at. This is clear, concise, kinetic fighting. You see everything that's going on. You see what the fuck is happening. You see who's winning. You see who's losing. And they're basically like trading blows back and forth. And then afterwards, so Taskmaster got what he wants. But basically, Okoye tells him like, okay, you talk all this Casman shit, you this, you that. I haven't seen anything to impress me yet. Like, oh, really? Okay. So Taskmaster could stop the fight if he wanted to. Be like, nah, I'm going to show her ass. So they fight some more, blah, blah, blah. Get some more good fights in. He takes a spear and stabs. He's like, so you still not impressed? You're like, whatever. Fight's over with. So the thing is, Okoye gets a call from a secret agency in America that found out they had Taskmaster, so they want Taskmaster back. She was like, I'm going to give you back to the Americans because I don't want to sully Wakandan soil by burying your body on it. So get the fuck out of here. And the agent she hands him over to is Nick Fury, which is all part of the plan anyway because Nick Fury, Taskmaster worked for Nick Fury anyway. So now he has all the stuff he needs to go back to unlock that thing that Justin Hammer locked up. Meanwhile, Black Widow's headed to him also, and the end. So, or to be continued. So the next issue, was last issue, where it's supposed to be some big Taskmaster versus Black Widow fight, and yeah, that's it. Like I said, easy busy book, not too much going on. What we got here? I think he was Chief Queef. So yeah, but what you got next?
I'll do Redemption #2.
Awesome. Let me see.
And speaking of action, nice concise action. Yeah, same thing in this book. Every blow, every bullet, every gunshot, you know where it goes. you know.
So this should nonstop redemption number 2. Okay.
Yeah. So this is from Upshot. Krista Faust, who did that Bad Mother, which I thought was great. Mm-hmm. And then Mike Deodato Jr. on the art. So the art is dope. And it's basically a futuristic Western where it looks like this badass woman who looks like Linda Hamilton is some gunslinging bounty hunter badass in this future.
Okay.
Yeah, in this future Western apocalyptic wasteland. There's a town called Redemption that's run by this asshole preacher. And he basically executed. No, they're trying to execute, or what the fuck? No, what? They're trying to execute a doctor who performed an abortion on a underage rape victim.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So
they go there.
Yeah. Not for kids. And they're like, he's a preacher, total, evangelical, West Coast Baptist Church. What are they called? Westboro, whatever. So this woman, she's like, something been bothering me. Why don't Adventures include?
They're all included. They're all the same thing. In the comics, everybody's everything. So yeah, answer that question.
So this woman goes out to try and hire this badass gunslinger to go take out this sheriff or this preacher. And this is where the second issue picks up. She's basically not interested. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna, I'm not doing that. I want to be left alone. But she begs and begs and begs. And it's like, okay, well, can you tell me someone who could? Can you point me to a bounty hunter who could do it? So she brings her to some rough ass saloon and says, hey, I got this woman who's looking for, someone who can go kill the sheriff. And of course, that woman looks kind of like Ruby Rose.
Okay.
And but then this other gunslinger decides to double cross him. Okay, I'm gonna kill you, take this chick back to Redemption to the town and collect the bounty on her instead of getting hired by her. But then Linda Hamilton, the bad ass gunslinger chick, like shoots them all and kills them all in a really cool action scene, because this is very action heavy. And then says, "Will you help me? Will you go kill that sheriff now?" She's like, "Hell no." They're like, "Well, can you teach me? At least I'll do it myself, but at least teach me how to kill and shit." And so there's a big long montage of her training, learning how to shoot, learning how to become a gunslinger like her. And then we cut back to the town in Redemption, and the preacher's like, "Okay, we got to go get that bitch," and that's kind of where it ends. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of, speaking of westerns, what's that Raquel Welch movie? Lanny something. What the hell? Shit. What was it called? I can't remember. Lanny Calder or some shit. But anyways, about some woman who gets like raped and her husband or her family gets killed by a bunch of outlaws, and then she goes and hires some gunslinger to teach her how to be a badass, and then she goes and gets revenge. Again, it came out in the 70s. It was dope.
Okay.
And Raquel Welch is a gunslinger, basically a badass gun. That's what this kind of reminded me of. She teaches her how to shoot, and yeah. So this is another 4 out of 5. This is really cool. Deodato's killing it on the art, and it's just a cool story about this badass gunslinger chick in a futuristic Western wasteland. So
yeah, can't go wrong with that. So yeah. All right. So my last book I'm gonna do. And I say this on purpose because I should have this one earlier, but I say this on purpose because I really like this one. And this is where the pony came from. Okay. So this is Wonder Woman number 770 or something like that. You're like, oh, they're doing a Wonder Woman book. Yes, we do Wonder Woman sometime. Well, I do Wonder Woman sometimes. If I can find it, because I can't see. There we go. Okay, so basically now, like last time we left off with Wonder Woman, like I said, this whole future state, DC Infinite or whatever like that, she became one of the gods, but the gods asked her to join them as one of the collective of the gods like that. She's like, nah, screw y'all, I'm gonna go do some Wonder Woman shit. And then shortly after that, all the gods died because they got killed by the dark side. So what happened to Wonder Woman? She just left and flew off. And when she wakes up, she is in Asgard. Why?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, she's just in Asgard. And she meets this dude named Siegfried. Now, Siegfried basically looks like some Middle Eastern boy band singer or whatever like that. So, yeah. And Eli, how familiar with Siegfried, like in Norse mythology?
I don't know.
Okay. He's a thing. That's all I know. But anyway, what goes on right there, he's telling him, Siegfried is telling Wonder Woman, you're in Asgard. We kill and fight these guys every day. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But no matter what happens, we just wake up and just do the whole thing over again. Like, well, why? Because we just do. Now, Wonder Woman has amnesia. She doesn't know where she came from, doesn't remember she's Wonder Woman, doesn't remember she used to be a god, Amazon, Superman, Justice League, none of that shit. Remember that. So she's just fighting with the rest of these guys, just going to war with them. And then while she's talking, this warrior comes up and boom, chops her head off. And he's like, and Siegfried's like, oh shit, oh well. So while she's doing all that, Wonder Woman gets this call from this guy who we don't know, just saying, you can't be here, you need to do such and such. And she wakes up in Valhalla. Valhalla is having this big feast, and she drinks some of the mead, and she's like, oh, this mead is strong. Why is this mead so strong? Because Odin's son likes it that way. And Wonder Woman just gets shit-faced. She gets drunk as fuck. She starts arm wrestling people, singing, and then she looks at Siegfried and like, bring your ass over here. Boom. So, yeah, then she gets another thing. You don't belong here. And then Wonder Woman has a hungover, drunk as shit, butt naked, in Siegfried's bed the next morning. She's like, oh shit, what did I just do? And Siegfried is over there, shirtless, sharpening his sword. you know, but he's saying they didn't do anything. He like, I call bullshit. That's just me. But Wonder Woman just gets out of bed, butt ass naked, puts her clothes on right in front of Siegfried. He tries to be a gentleman, turns her head, and they basically go out and just do the whole thing over again, where they just fight and die and come back. But while she tries to, she like, I used to be able to fly. Can I fly? She can barely even jump off the ground, so she's powerless in Asgard. So she just keeps walking, and she runs into a talking squirrel named Ratatak. I don't know my Norse mythology like I should, but anyway, it's a thing in Norse mythology. Apparently, it has something to do with Yggdrasil. Now, I don't know if that's what you call it, but that's what Kevin Feige calls it. So if he calls it that, I'm gonna take it as gospel. So it's Yggdrasil. And basically, Yggdrasil is dying, and the squirrel is telling Wonder Woman, we brought you here to save the squirrel because Wonder Woman is supposed to help us. She's like, Wonder Woman? Who's Wonder Woman? And you're like, never mind. If you save the scroll, if you save Yggdrasil, I'll help you remember who you are. So anyway, she goes back to doing whatever she was doing. The squirrel go back doing whatever doing, and they fight some more. Oh, and this is some cool shit also.
Oh, what was that? Was that a frost giant or a yeti or something?
It could be. They never actually really name it. They just said just some big beast. But look who's riding the beast.
Who's that?
Thor. That's Thor, the god of thunder. So yeah, Thor is riding this frost giant or this beast, whatever it is, and just beats the shit out of it, kills it. And Wonder Woman just like, oh shit, now that's impressive. So Wonder Woman.
And the real Thor. Yeah,
real Thor, not Marvel Thor, the real Thor. Wonder Woman just looking like, oh shit, that's Thor? Okay. And Siegfried.
Thor is not a blonde, yeah.
Right. Thor's not a blonde. Thor is like big stocky dude, red hair, and Wonder Woman just going to work, and I think either she dies again, of course. She goes back to Valhalla, and she's expecting to see Siegfried again to not hook up again. Wink, wink, But when she wakes up, Siegfried isn't there. And she doesn't recognize any of the people that's there. She's like, who the hell are you people? Where's my boy toy? The one I was supposed to get drunk with and not hook up with, So they talk to her, and they basically say, like, Siegfried never came back. After the battle, he's still on the field. She's like, oh, shit. So she runs to the field, and she finds that squirrel again, and the squirrel tells her that because Yggdrasil is dying, the Valkyries are fading away. So since the Valkyries are fading away, they're not bringing all of the soldiers back. She's like, oh, shit. So she turns around and sees Siegfried, but Siegfried, since he wasn't brought back by the Valkyries, he's actually fading away from her. And the squirrel is basically telling her, Wonder Woman, save Yggdrasil, I'll bring back your boyfriend. Or her side piece, because she's still married to Steve Trevor. But whatever. That's another thing. Different zip codes. That didn't count. It's not cheating. To be continued. Cool. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And then ponies.
And then ponies.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that. It was whatever. But anyway, that was a pretty cool story, man. Wonder Woman going to Asgard. Now, is it me or does she look exactly like Lady Sif in Marvel? That's just me.
Oh,
just
I guess.
Yeah. But whatever. It's like Marvel said, like fans been begging Marvel for a Lady Sif comic. They were like, they wouldn't give it to him, so they gave him a Lady Thor comic. Like, we want Lady Sif. Give us something weird. And then DC just like,
hey, that's not woke, dude.
Right. But DC is just like, fuck it, fine, I'll do it myself. We'll give you a Lady Sif comic, since Marvel won't give you one. So, yeah, overall, pretty interesting start with it. I like I said, I didn't keep up Wonder Woman before then. I just jumped in because of the new creative team, and we just off to the races. So, yeah, Wonder Woman and Asgard, I'm there. So,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, what else you got?
I guess the last one I'll do is this Maniac of New York, number 2.
Cool. All right.
So this is from Aftershock? Yeah, Aftershock, another indie book. It's about a slasher killer, kind of like a Jason Voorhees, named Henry. They call him Maniac Henry. On New Year's Eve in 2016, he murdered like hundreds of people in Times Square, and he's unstoppable. He's like Jason Voorhees. You can't kill him. Or Michael Myers. He can't die. But he's like this slasher who goes around killing people in New York. And after a while, the city and the mayor, they're just like, well, fuck it. They kind of like sweep it under the rug and just kind of deal with it. They don't, they just like kind of go along with it, and they there's a Henry sighting, beware, you know what I mean? They just kind of deal with it. And all these years later, this woman who's what up, Linus?
That's who it was. That's who it was. Talk about the squirrel. Yeah, that's who it was.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, so all these years later, this woman whose husband was killed by Henry back in the day, she joins the Maniac Task Force, and it's just this other drunk chick who doesn't care, who kind of like is all jaded and doesn't care. No one cares, and she doesn't care anymore. And they're trying to stop this killer. And the last issue. So the subways are now unmanned. It's basically travel at your own risk. They're like just motorized drone subways. There's, and Henry killed a bunch of people on there. We pick up here where he's going through the train, killing people, and one woman is trying to escape. So she's running through the train, trying to escape. This, of course, gets on the news like, hey, Henry's been spotted on the subway. He's killing everybody. And then the mayor's like, well, shit. Well, now we can, instead they're like, we got to evacuate all the survivors. Like, no, just let them on there. Like, don't stop the train. We can contain it. So, the cops, the task force chicks, they're like, no, we got to get on that train and stop them. So like, that's what they're doing. They're trying to, the last panel is them trying to jump on the train. But meanwhile, this one final girl is like trying to hide on the train. She finds these two kids that are on there and she's trying to protect them. Meanwhile, this slasher killer is like stalking them on the train. And that's about it. Like I said before, I really dig this story. It's like this political allegory about how, there's these problems and nothing really gets done because money is involved. We just kind of sweep things under the rug. We don't do things about crime. We don't do shit about the environment. We don't really, solve, mass shootings or anything. We just kind of put a Band-Aid on it because money's involved somehow. And nothing really gets solved. No problems ever really get solved. You know what I mean? So I like that. Like this killer, people just got used to this slasher killer going around killing people and don't really do anything about it. I like that sort of, idea, but there's hardly any blood in this,
Well, I guess it's supposed to be like a psychological,
Yeah, I mean, the reason why you watch a Friday the 13th movie is to see blood, to see the kills.
Right, not to hear them talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, there's some kills. You see a little bit of it in this book, but it's like in the background. It's not in the forefront of the book. You know what I mean? That's my only gripe. The lack of gore. And as a slasher horror fan, that's what I want to see. So, but like I said, the concept is cool. I like the concept. So, I don't know. I'm giving that the benefit of the doubt. Having a cool plot without the lack of blood.
Okay, well, at least it
worked. I'll still give it a 4 out of 5. I'll maybe give it one more. If it's still this PG rated horror shit, then I don't know if I'm gonna stay with it. And then I'm booked out.
Okay. That's all. I got more books under. Let's see what we got. Let's go back to this comment also. Something that bothered me, why the Avengers don't include X-Men, Daredevil, Punisher.
Are they talking about like the MCU?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Chief, who you're talking about, the MCU, if you're talking about...
Well, technically, the net...
Luke? Okay. Chicka. He's paused. That's okay. We're going to keep going. Just to answer your question, because the TV and the movie side owned by two different people, they've been consolidated. So probably... And he's going out again. Okay. Maybe he'll come back in. Eli, stay with me, baby. Stay with me. He's just like frozen right there. I might make that a thumbnail. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. We have other podcasts, it's Geeks and Comics. We have OK Boomer, which Big Willie either is on here right now or was on here earlier. We also have, I think, just those two right now. I think there's some other stuff going on, but just those two. I'm starting back up streaming again. I will be streaming this weekend because, like I said, Hawkeye drops on Avengers, where we go from there. So, Eli, you still there, or you're going out? I think he's gone. Oh well. Yep, he's gone. Anyway,
You hear me now?
yeah, you went out for like a long
Hear
time,
me
but
now?
yeah, you're now you're going out again. Oh well. Eli about to shut it down. Follow us next week. You know your assignment. You go watch Bucky and Sam. I'm gonna watch Justice League.
No,
We'll meet back up.
I
Compare
kept
notes.
coming back. I don't.
Yeah, he's going again.
I heard everything you said.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Glad I ain't saying anything fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway, until then, this is Leroy,
This is Eli.
and we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time.